you mentioned dance and comedy, and I think that's really where everything started, because when I was a little kid, when I was 5 years old, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Your parents make you do stuff you don't want to do, whether it's piano lessons or violin or clarinet or Polish dancing, which I had to do every Saturday. And it was actually really painful because it would be from 9 till noon. From 9 till noon was Polish dancing every Saturday with Pani Misha and Pan Richard, Wesoły Ludek, Southside Chicago. And then we'd get a lunch break and my mom would bring Burger King and I'd be really excited. And then from 1 till 4 was Polish school, where we'd learn about Polish geography and Polish language. And then that's pretty much every weekend for about 7 years of my childhood was spent doing that while my friends were watching the Smurfs and cartoons. I moved to Los Angeles 5 years ago, so I'm born and raised in Chicago. They're very different cities, you know, but for me, they both provide opportunities in very different ways. Like Chicago is such a great training ground for me because I got to work with incredible artists and directors via Second City and Improv Olympic. And in terms of like comedy training, I can't think of a better place. And it's really where I learned a lot. And I got to also kind of get my feet wet because you could perform pretty much everywhere all the time. And I think stage time for someone like me who's trying to figure out their voice as an artist was really crucial. So by the time I moved to Los Angeles, I just felt, you know, stronger, you know, and I also felt a little bit more prepared. That being said, in Los Angeles, you have to start from scratch again. And it's just a completely different town. You know, acting is definitely more of a business, you know. But the opportunities are tremendous because I don't think I could have gotten Community if I was living in Chicago. And so in terms of the opportunities, it's been wonderful. I'm very fortunate because I get to play such a wonderful, fun character. And every week I never know what Abed is going to do. And the writing on the show it's remarkable. They're always coming up with crazy scenarios that really work and are really grounded. And like, for instance, last week I got to play Jesus in this meta film, which is, it seems like if you would have told me this a year ago, you'll be playing Jesus. You'll be playing a character playing Jesus in a documentary that he's making in a sitcom on network television with Chevy Chase, Ken Jeong, Joel McHale, Alison Brie. I would have been like, come on, that's not possible. So this is all a dream come true. But I think with all the comedy and stuff, it'd be fun to right now do something like action or like really like kind of dramatic, thriller-ish. I think that's what I'd like to do. That is the correct title, Knights of Badassdom. I like trying to say that with the straight face. It's a horror comedy. I would call that a horror comedy. There's some like dramatic moments in it. That to me was just a super fun time. I got to shoot that in Washington for 2 weeks with an amazing cast. Steve Zahn's in it, Ryan Quanten, Peter Dinklage, Summer Glau, Jimmy Smits, Michael Gladys. It's like a really great cast. And Joel Lynch is directing it, who's like a huge horror movie guy. So to me, there was a chance to do something completely different again, which I was like really excited about. And that hopefully comes out next year. So we'll see. That'll be fun. I got to play a live action role player.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, taking it to the streets.